Sup, bitches?
Yo, what's up?
Oh.
Coming in hot and aggressive this weekend. I like them.
We weren't here Thursday. I'm all fucking hyped up now. What are you doing, Meg?
Oh, I was just stirring my drink with my stylus pen for my iPad.
Oh, here. Hey, so if you're Meg, you just take money and you put it in a cup and then you light the whole cup on fire.
Yeah. Right?
I use the non-electronic part of it. The electronic.
Sure. Yeah, semantics. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will in no way impact your ability to use either.
I didn't smoke all the crack. I just smoked the front end of it.
Yeah, right. When the guy offered me drugs, I just said half.
I just said half of whatever you're thinking.
What was that meme we posted last week? Boss, we're doing random drug tests. Fine, but I won't do crack.
Yeah.
Always a classic.
Oh my God! Everyone, welcome to the Liberty Risk Podcast. I'm Billy.
And I'm Hugh.
And I'm Meg.
How was your guys' weekend, by the way? Before I get into it, because I'm getting into it today.
Mine?
Yeah.
Sucked.
Why'd you suck?
I had this migraine.
I know. I remember.
It lasted for not a few hours, but for days, and it just felt like there were like thousands of tiny little Megs in my head with hammers trying to fucking claw and beat their way out.
You could tell it was bad because I called you and you're like, "Hey, I'm just waking up from a nap," and I'm like, "Billy, it's 5 p.m," and you're like, "Yeah, cool. By the way, talking on the phone hurts. I'm gonna text you."
Dude, it was so bad. I don't know. Do you guys get migraines?
Occasionally.
I'm sure I've had one.
Okay.
I just don't really know how to tell.
So okay,
if I get really sick.
Have you ever had a headache that was so bad, like even light, like even the smallest amount of light just hurts?
When I had swine flu, yeah.
Oh,
you had swine flu?
I had them all. That's why I don't care about the coronavirus. That's how it charges.
Jesus. We missed you, Richard. We missed you.
So your migraine, your 1,000 little Megs.
Oh, it was just. If you get migraine, it's debilitating. It's
you had a migraine.
Yeah, I did. I had a migraine.
That's a good one.
I'm not even mad. God damn it!
Because I know I could be annoying as fuck.
That's funny. That's why I need our group chat.
Oh my God, that was good. No, they're just horrible. I don't wish it on anybody, and I don't get them very often. I get them maybe a few times a year, but it usually seems to happen right like when I get my allergies, because the fucking weather, same thing in Virginia. It's like, oh, hey, today it's going to be a high of 40, and then tomorrow we'll be at the beach because it'll be 97. It's like,
yeah. What is the weather like for you guys right now? Because it's been fucking rainy and really gross all day.
Overcasty.
Well, we're supposed to get hit with that. I don't know if you saw this, Hugh. I got an update
like 5 of them on the way.
Earlier today. We're supposed to get offshoots. I guess that's Hurricane Z. Whatever it is up to a Cat 2.
Whatever.
And we're supposed to get, the fucked up rains from it hitting Thursday or whatever. So
still beach weather.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or listen to the news.
This is where Meg tells us how one time she was sticking her hand into a small hole and got a migraine.
I only get migraines if I get sick, and like if I get sick, like I'll be out because generally I get sick and it's like ear infection, pink eye, upper respiratory infection, chest infection, flu, like all at once. And
you know what? I can't even. That's kind of how it happens to me too. It's like sinus infection. This was so bad last year. I was feeling like shit, and so I go to the doctor, and she's like, "Oh, you have walking pneumonia." Oh,
as opposed to sitting pneumonia.
Yeah, I was like, what about laying down pneumonia or
Can I get one of those?
Hospital? I'm gonna fuck die pneumonia. What about those? Like, what's the difference? So she's like, no, you just have fluid in your lungs and you're able to still function. Oh, well, let's go ahead and dry that up.
Just put a little towel on there. Yeah,
because ever since I was a child, I heard fluid and lungs don't go together.
They start
drowning.
They start wiping it up, and you're like, the military taught you to dab. Get together, get it together.
So it's like I had that took 2 months to get rid of. Then I had a sinus infection that took like a month and a half to get rid of, and then it was like then I had the flu, and I'm just like, oh cool, Jesus, I know we don't talk much, but just take me now. Like,
so speaking of you going to the doctor, I all three of us go to the VA. We all get care in one form or another. Meg less so than the rest of us. I would like to share some
clips,
a personal story of mine that I had with my doctor last week, which I thought was hilarious.
I knew it was something recent.
Oh, geez.
So a few weeks ago, I called the VA and I was like, "Hey, I need to talk to my community care person." So they finally called me back, and this is early October. They're like, "We have an appointment November 19th." And I was like, "All right, well, fine, I guess. Just schedule me in." So I sit on it for about a day. I call them back and I said, "Hey, I have an appointment on the 19th." And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's not going to work for me. I'm going to need something sooner." I just don't accept that. I've been trying to get care for this one thing for almost a year. I filed a year and a half ago. You guys have called me to set up the PTSD clinic, solo therapy, group therapy, physical therapy. You've called me to tell me you're going to set it up, and then there's no follow through. And because you don't leave any voicemails, it just comes in as the VA home number, which is a fault in yours, by the way, VA. If you're listening, if you're hashtag VAing on the twatters and whatnot, you should leave voicemails with the extension of where I can get back to you. So they're like, "Okay, well, we don't have anything sooner." I was like, no, I know. I don't accept that, though. So go find one. So they're like, "Oh, well, we just opened a new clinic. Would you like to go there?" I'm like, "Yes. Yeah, when can I get in?" And they're like, "Oh, can you be there tomorrow to take labs and then have an appointment the following day?" Yes, I can, actually. So I go down there. Billy, this thing is so new. How new is it? It's so new, they don't even have pamphlets on the wall yet.
Jesus Christ.
This clinic is so new. How is it? It's so new. There's not a 20-minute commercial on a new oxygen device, so you don't have to carry your tanks around with you anymore. That's how new it is.
Did they talk to you about the voices in your head that you keep saying?
No, that's coming up sooner now that I have this new appointment person.
Okay.
This clinic is so new, the office manager still hangs out and asks what he can do better.
Oh my God.
That's how new it is.
Wow.
Like I met the building manager. He's like, what else can we do for you? I'm like, I mean, I don't even know, man. I've
never been asked this.
I've only been to we've already been up and running and suck. I've never been here to a VA clinic before. They're just terrible at their jobs. So I go to my appointment. I will make one complaint. I get on the chair. And it was a little weird. She's like, "Get on the chair. We're going to take your vitals." And I didn't weigh myself. They now have this chair that weighs you, which I feel like is an invasion of my privacy, and I don't care for. So they just raise you up.
I don't know. I don't know if I like it at all.
She just raised me up on the chair, and she goes, "Oh, your weight is blah, blah, blah," which I don't want to release. And I was like, well, I didn't care for that. Just a heads up. I didn't like that at all.
What if I release my weight and then you release your weight? Will you feel better about it?
Also, my weight. I don't care.
Listen, it's not either of your story. So anyway, this woman is so nice. She's not prior military, but she worked at the Hampton VA, and she was like, I probably shouldn't have said that, but that's okay. They're not watching. She was like, she's like, I was close to quitting. I didn't feel like I was helping anyone up there. I hated going there. So when they offered me this position, I jumped at it. I'm like, all right, cool. So she's reading my chart.
All right, cool.
And I felt kind of bad because she's like, two of these things are a little elevated. Just keep an eye on it. But I didn't know that I was going in for blood work the day before. So right before my blood draw, I definitely had a beer and some German food for lunch, like less than an hour. So when she was like, this is just a little high, I was like, oh, that's so weird. I don't know what's going to cause that.
You know what I like to do before my blood work when I go to the VA, since they, I have like fucking 27 prescriptions. I like to take all the pills that I'm supposed to take for that day, which is all of them, and put them in my hand. And just before the blood draw, right in front of them, go, nom, 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 nom.
Nobody said to fast. They just said, can you come in for labs? And I know at this point in my life, I should probably know what that means, but I didn't. So anyways, so she's like,
what?
She's like, these are a little high.
How old are you?
I don't want to talk about it. It's like, these are a little high. Keep an eye on them. If we need to make any adjustments to your lifestyle, I was like, here's where I have to stop you. I just want to say this. I want to be upfront because I like you. You seem really nice. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing with this new clinic. Everything's really efficient, except that none of my records are in your system. But that, we'll fix that. I just want to let you know right now, if at any point in time you think that I need to cut out smoking, red meat, bacon, alcohol, things like that, I just want to let you know up front, I'm going to kill myself. And she was like, what? And I was like, I'm just letting you know. I know what I'm about in this world. It's like 5 things, and that's 3 of them right there. So if I come in, my private personal business, if I come in and part of our discussion is going to be, you need to tell me to cut out some of these things, go ahead back to the drawing board. Figure something else out. I just want to be upfront about it. I'm not willing to give up anything. It's true. It's true. I have a prescription for it, but I won't take it. So yeah, so she definitely was like, she seemed to have a pretty good time other than that, 30-second interaction right there. But, think outside the box and all that.
Oh my God.
Have either of you ever had any fun conversations with your doctor like that? Because I know I can't be the only one.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? My primary care doctor she is the best. She is the best. Like the last time I was there, it was probably about 6 months ago. Like actually for a full, for like a full checkup, because I go for the yearlies. Mm-hmm. And then she goes, oh, hey, Billy, how's it going? What's really cool is she actually keeps her clinic hours. She only sees X amount of patients.
Oh, nice.
So she won't, I think she caps it at 30 patients, and that's it.
A day?
She won't, no, total.
Total.
Oh, okay.
Total. So
she can't get overbooked?
Yes. So my appointments with her there's no, you don't feel rushed out of the office.
Nice.
It still takes forever to get an appointment, but you don't feel rushed. So anyway.
Only 30 of you.
So I walked it. I'm probably lowballing that number, but she caps it off at her patient list. So I'm in the room. Her nurse is there, doing the stupid triage. Like, is this your address? Is this still the same? Has anything changed? And I'm just like, no, just fucking sitting in the chair. So she walks in. She goes, Billy, how you doing? I was like, oh, cool. I'm the same. The pain still starts at the bottom of my fucking foot and stops at the top of my head. And everything in between feels like it's just falling the fuck apart. How's you been? And she was just like, oh, so the doctors I send you to obviously aren't doing their fucking jobs. Verbatim. That's what she said. And
wow.
I'm just like, I love coming here. She goes, how about we do this? Do you like speakerphone? I was like, yeah, sure. She goes, let's go call all the chief clinicians for all those departments and see what's going on. I was like, holy shit, this is happening. I'm like waiting for Ashton Kutcher to come out and punch me in the fucking face and just be like, punch, Veterans Affairs Edition, bitch.
Back to regular pain for you. No service here, bitch.
Yeah, look, now your face is swollen, you fucking idiot. But yeah, she called dental, and which is one of my biggest issues because it's very, very, very hard to get a dental claim on as a percentage. They said it's one of the, if not hardest to get. Luckily, when I was stationed in Groton, it happened, and I have a friend who was actually my dental assistant. So I'm now having her write a letter stating all that. I don't need the 3 letters. She's like, you just need this.
Cool.
So she calls the chief of medicine for dental, and he goes, I just got here 2 days ago. And she goes, yep, that's obvious, and slams the phone down. And I'm just like, this is the greatest thing. I said, I don't even care if I get help today. I'm just glad I'm laughing. This is fucking great. But yeah, she just she'll walk around the VA clinic and literally just they call her the bulldog. She'll just go into departments and be like, yeah, I'm senior to everyone. So
probably
what
she
the
knows she's not going to get fired.
She's been there forever. But the cool part about that is that she actually will call about a month later and literally just to check up on you.
Like, did you get the appointment? Did you get what you were looking for?
Yeah, and if you don't, she's like, okay, let's put this back in, and
let's conference them in.
Yeah, she stays on top of it. So she brings a little
Little brevity to the situation.
Yeah. No, see, Matt, you're lucky because it's taken me 5 fucking years to make this happen now for dental.
That's just like, I have dental.
Yeah, Matt's like, I have dental. Yeah, well, thanks. You're gonna need it after I kick your teeth in. Anyway.
Meg, what about you? You got any fun VA stories?
So I'm like fighting them right now, and I've literally given up at this point. So
Meg hasn't been to the VA yet.
No. Okay, so let me start at the beginning.
How long is that going to take? You know the show's only an hour, right?
I know. It's not going to be too long. So let me pull my sleeves up. So for me to even start getting seen, because I got my appointments with the VA when I got out, and I did all of the right things, and they sent me to the doctor. They're like, you're going to see this person. I was like, I need to see mental health as soon as possible, like yesterday, because I was definitely not in a really good state of mind when I first got out for a bunch of family problems. And they were like, okay, well, we'll let you know. And left me at that. I literally called the mental health clinic, and I was like, I'm probably going to hurt myself if I don't get somebody within the next week or two. And the lady was like, do you have a history? I was like, yes, I do. Like, I need to see someone. Like, I called them up in tears, crying, like having a panic attack. And they were like, okay, we'll have you in. Like, I talked to the nurse on the phone, and she calmed me down. She was like, we'll have you in. She's like, I'm glad that you took this step instead of doing anything. And I was like, I just want to be seen. And so they finally saw me. And now I go to a really, really terrible clinic. And I've requested multiple times to be able to go out in town because they don't have enough appointment. They don't have enough time to put me in for anything. It takes them forever. So I'm like, can I go out in town and go see another doctor? And I contacted the VA, like their main line, and asked them this question. And they were like, yeah, just ask your doctor and the people at the clinic to send you. They just have to make a referral to send you out. I'm like, cool, awesome. Call the VA clinic up. My VA clinic is in Camden, New Jersey, which I don't know if any of you know. That's basically like Detroit. Like, it's bad.
Welcome to the ghetto.
There's about 5 police officers stationed right in front of the area because there's so many gunshots. So that's where I have to go. It's very uncomfortable every time I go. So I call her up. I was like, hey, so I just talked to the VA. They told me that I can do this, and I'd like to go see someone out in town. And the lady's like, nah, you can't do that. And I'm like,
Jesus.
That was only moderately racist.
Yeah, anyway.
No, that's how everyone talks around.
In case you didn't know what this person looked like going into the story, we're clear now.
Thank you, everyone, for joining Liberty Risk Podcast. We're going to go ahead and end this now.
No, that's just how people up here are.
Anybody watching in Detroit's like, nah, man, we get that.
Yeah, there are people in this area that are like, yo, if I said John, you'd be like, girl, you ain't going to get that John. That's how they talk up here. Anyways, so both of you guys are looking at me like I'm an idiot. So she's like, I have worked here for 25 years. My husband served for 30 years. I know exactly what laws are out and what policies are out, and you can't do that. And was going on and on about it. And I just stopped her. I was like, man, I don't give a shit what your husband did in the military. I just want to be seen. And she hung up on me. And I have
ways not to get help at the VA.
They probably didn't record your call.
Yeah, it's fine. I called another time because I was like, hey, I need this provider packet for my college filled out. And they were like, okay, well, you can send it through My Healthy Vet or the e-benefits thing. And I was like, okay, cool. And while I'm on the phone with them, I'm logged in. I was like, I can't email my doctor. And they were like, oh, well, I don't know what to do about that. So I went on a whole slew trying to figure it out where I just need my doctor to fill out this packet. And she still hasn't filled it out because they refused to, one, give me her email or anyone's email to send it in. Yeah, the second time that I called, I was like, hey, I'd like to make an appointment. And they were like, you just had an appointment in April. What do you want? I was like, I'm like so
that My Healthy Vet thing's a pain in the dick because if they don't put you in for whatever the service is, it won't populate the ability to email them on the website.
Oh, I'm not in for anything apparently. And
no, that's what I'm saying is like when I try to do it, I can only email South Georgia, North Florida VA. Because nobody at the Hampton VA was putting me in for any of these clinics they were supposed to be putting me in for.
So anyways,
she was like, fuck off.
I'm supposed to have like ultrasounds and mammograms done every year because I had a lumpectomy before. And I have like musculoskeletal issues from other stuff. I have to go to the lady doctor, like all of this different shit. Plus I have like really, really severe gastrointestinal issues to the point where like I have fucking hernias in my throat from throwing up so much. Like my teeth are literally like decaying from the acid buildup. And I was like, hey, can I see the doctor? And they're like, yeah, we'll put a referral in for you. This was August. I called her on Thursday at the front desk. I was like, hey, I haven't gotten a call at all. Like I've called them multiple times to try and figure this out. And she's like, oh yeah, you should have had those appointments by now. I'm like, yeah, plus you're supposed to give me a prescription. I never got the prescription. I never got any of my information. And they're like, yeah, we'll get that to you. And then I haven't heard anything. They're supposed to call me back. So
man, Camden VA being a fucking 10 up there.
Yeah. I literally have not been able to get to mental health whatsoever since the start of COVID. So I'm actually paying out of pocket to see a therapist in a different state.
Jesus Christ. That sounds like so much fun.
Like I'm going to Long Island tomorrow to see a therapist. That's how bad it is. So VA, do better. Some things are good. Some things are not. But like, that's really bad.
Do better, come on.
Like I know there's that stigma behind the VA that's just like, oh, this place sucks. We don't get any fucking care, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, I don't hear that from every vet. Like, yeah, it sucks the length, especially with you, with your situation. Like, I understand that. There's a fault in that system and there's a disconnect there. But I try to look at it the other end of the spectrum. I had this nurse actually explain it to me. She goes, look, she was being 100% genuine. You could tell she was upset about it. She's like, as crazy as it's going to sound, she goes, the advances in combat medicine and field medicine have flooded our system to a point where it's so overloaded that aftercare is higher at a higher rate for post 9/11 veterans than it ever was for any other vet that was attached to any other conflict or war. So I try to look at
shit.
So if you think about it that way, especially you with the tours that you've done, you know, combat medicine, there's guys that come home, they should have died on the battlefield, right or wrong. But they're home and they're with their families. But if that was 20, 30 years ago, they would have came home in a box. So I understand it, and I try to look at it from that standpoint. Do I get frustrated? Absolutely, everyone does, especially when you're not feeling well or you have something that's continuous. But I just say try to take it with a grain of salt. You know, we try to leave politics out of this, but there have been some fixes that have been implemented recently from this administration, and I think will project into something good over time.
Thank you for mentioning that, because I know we got the election coming up, and I'm really excited just for veterans issues alone. I think this is going to be, there's a lot on the line, and I don't know that everybody is. I'm sure a lot of people are like, "Fuck the election," like we don't even care, and to a pretty big extent, I get that. But you have to, for a lot of you that did mail-in voting or you did voting early, great. But for those people that are just not paying attention, they're like, I don't care. I'm not even going to vote. You got to go out and vote. I got a bunch of bullshit pulled up here because I was trying to do homework today and that did not work out. So 35 Senate seats and all 435 House seats are up for election this year.
Whoa! All 435 House seats?
That's a lot.
When the fuck was the last time that happened? It's probably recently.
Dude, I couldn't even tell you because I think they're elected like I think it's 6 years. terms. But that's
the election terms it gets confusing to me sometimes, and some people it comes easy.
That's a bullshit. It's not like, okay, we have the president and then like a couple of states here and there and then some House seats. You have the entirety of the House up for election. I went and voted today, and I had the president, I had my House representative, and then I had 3 other issues just for the state of Virginia. And it's important because you can complain about who's eligible for president all you want to, but if you said the same things now that you did back then or that are going to say in the future, i.e., fuck it, I don't care, it doesn't matter to me, well, then this is how we end up in these situations. This is why Anthony Weiner was allowed to continue in office after texting dick pics to a minor. This is how Kamala Harris sucked dick back in the 90s, had an affair, and then is now on the VP ticket for the Democrats. House Slytherin's the way to go, Richard. Like, I feel you. They're all snakes up there, anyways. This is how you
that was a good U.S. government Harry Potter plug on the fly. Right. Well done, you. I gotta give you props, man. That was on the fly, no preempting. Good shit.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks for the assist, man. I appreciate the set.
That was pretty impressive.
So, all right. So, Matt, thank you. The House is every 2 years, and the Senate is every 6. So, you got all 435 seats are up right now. In what are that? How many states did I say? 35 Senate seats. That's a lot. That's a shit ton. And what was the other thing? Oh, so like your local elections. So Meg, up in Jersey. Is this the one for Jersey? All right. So in Jersey right now, there's a veteran issue on the ballot. If you vote yes, it supports the constitutional amendment to make peacetime veterans eligible for a $250 property tax deduction, which right now only applies to combat or war veterans. So if you don't go vote, guess what else you're missing out on? Not you, but the collective you, obviously.
Yeah.
Down here in Virginia, the veteran issue is to allow 100% permanent and total disabled veterans 100% exemption for tax or for on one truck or one car that's not for work related shit. Like you don't have to pay for like registration or fees or taxes or
personal vehicle
or whatever. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So and then for something that might matter to a lot more fucking veterans, there's a shit ton of marijuana issues on 5 states, I think,
Jersey's one of them.
Say again.
New Jersey's one of them.
Yeah, Jersey's one of them. They're trying to vote. It's
lucky
either
everyone else.
It's either to make them recreational or medicinal. All of them are medicinal, and some are doing recreational, and allowing the sale, distribution, and possession of medical marijuana if you're 21 or over, and where they're going to regulate it and tax it, which is more income into the state. And then guess what? It's not a fucking crime to have marijuana anymore in these states. So I just want to emphasize the importance of voting in all of the elections. I don't really care about a lot of my local elections because I don't have kids, which I think are mostly affected by a lot of local elections and local government and whatnot. But I still go out and vote because even if I don't have kids, I don't want those little cunts out there being adversely affected and then that come back on me later. Not, like I don't want them doing dumb shit and then like, man, I really wish I had voted to not let them have hover cars and like civilian flying airspace or whatever. That's why my transformer's out or some dumb shit,
And it's funny you say that because I pay very close attention to that because I do have children and it's been a complete shit show, especially with someone who's running for our county commissioner. He was a prior county commissioner, but he's also one of the actually, let me rephrase that. He is the biggest owner. He is the owner of the biggest construction company in North Carolina.
I'm sure he's got no stake at all in running.
Well, we're having an overpopulation issue because of our proximity to the capital, to Raleigh. So we actually are short 7 elementary schools and 2 middle schools. Like our classes are overcrowded. It's absolutely insane. So I pay very close attention to the local elections because I truly feel that. Obviously, I vote all the way up, to the president, but I really do concentrate my time and energy and politics to the local community, up to the governor, because the governor for my state. Take a breath and a pause. I don't want to name drop or go on.
I don't
this
know if
rant.
you know if I live in Virginia or not, so I feel you.
All I'm going to say is I live in North Carolina.
I live in New Jersey.
I live in North Carolina.
At least none of us live in California.
Yes, Matthew, that is.
That's right. Local elections are the most important. If you vote,
I hope so too, Kelly.
If you do nothing else but go vote in your local elections, your city mayors and governors, your school board personnel, those are the people that presumably are going to work their way up to congressman and senator and governor and whatnot, and then eventually run for president. And well, regardless of how you feel about the candidates now, we're where we are because however many people back for how many ever decades said, oh, I don't want to vote. My vote's not going to make a difference. It doesn't matter who I vote for. It's already rigged. Well, you can't say the same thing about the internet now that you could 15 years ago. And now everything you want to look for is available. If you want to go, you can look up all the information. You don't even have to vote for the president if you want to fucking vote. You can just leave that shit blank. If you only want to vote for your state or your locality stuff, you don't have to go vote.
Harambe on there.
Yeah, right in Harambe.
But on the other thing is, not to throw parties out there, but there aren't just two parties. But what really drives me nuts is, and I do believe in being loyal to the political party of your choosing, but to an extent. Really do your research. Really, truly, honestly, do your research and try to keep an open mind instead of having blinders on and going, well, I'm just a Republican, so I'm just going to go tick, 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 tick down the freaking ballot, or I'm just a Democrat. And, that honestly isn't always the best case scenario. I'm not saying don't be loyal to the party that you've chosen, but
you can be loyal to your party while also sticking to your views.
Yes.
A lot of people are saying, and I'm sure that, Billy, you've heard this a lot longer than me because you're old. You vote for the lesser of two. I like to do one every now and again. Get one in there.
Such a son of a bitch. You're just mad because you don't have the fucking balcony anymore, you asshole.
Don't have the balcony. I miss the balcony.
Yeah.
No, Billy, he's mad because he had to get a step stool for that chair.
People say you should vote for the lesser of two evils, and that's not. I don't think that's a fair assessment of what you really have available. I think if you don't like either candidate, you should vote for which party is going to benefit you the most. Because say what you will about the Republicans or the Democrats. As a service member, I can tell you definitively that there is a difference based on which party is in charge. If nothing else, Matt, always vote out the incumbent on local levels. Well, that's Matt's opinion. Sometimes the incumbent's not too bad. But for other things that are worth noting, I think Jo Jorgensen probably would have been invited to the debates. And I think she probably stands a really good chance of being competitive. But I don't remember hearing about her until this year. And so I think if she had started campaigning earlier, there's a good possibility that we vote for an independent instead of a Republican or a Democrat. And I also think if you continue these local elections and you keep people honest, you prevent situations like last year. And it infuriates me because this person was an advocate for the Affordable Care Act. Mike Bloomberg spent $900 million of his personal money campaigning. That asshole could have just wrote every person in America a $3 million check and called it a day.
Yep.
That dude spent almost $1 billion and lost to Joe Biden. Bro, you could have just wrote me a $3 million check and said, if you want healthcare, go get healthcare.
Stimulate that economy.
Right?
Yeah. I could use $3 million.
So real quick, little off topic. From what I've been seeing with our social media, do me a favor if you're watching this, just take a minute to go and actually like the page, not just follow it. It actually helps get the podcast out there. Following is great, and we love you guys for doing that. But if you actually go and like the page, and also go and share this after or during or just before we go live, share it to your personal pages if you could, because it's going to help get the word out, because we're trying to reach as many veterans as we possibly can. We love our loyal audience that we have now, but we want to grow it also, because there's always if we can help one veteran, it would be great.
And
So
don't forget to go check out the shirt. The Marauder is available until the 2nd of November for $20. It is a deployment T-shirt for a CB battalion that's currently overseas right now. So the money that we can help raise, we get to kick back to them downrange. So I'm really looking forward to it. Leslie, I'm going to like the page, but not because you told me to, Billy. Way to stick it to the man.
Yeah.
Actually, can I say something? So Leslie is
Text
part
Leslie.
of OTDL podcast, and they are about to start back up again, which I'm super excited about.
Good
which
deal.
Which is awesome, is like just like we do, and we're going to do it in the future, and I'm sure they will too. Sometimes, we deal with, the stuff that we've been dealing with, and we've talked about it on the air, and sometimes we just need a little break, or life happens. So if we try to do our best to give you guys notice that if we're going to cancel an episode or whatever, but we try to make it up to you guys as soon as we can and be on here for the next one. So
speaking of canceling, have you guys seen these fucking people saying that the government's trying to cancel Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas?
Oh, no.
States and counties are dictating how many people are allowed to gather at your house for a holiday. So
Santa Claus runs all the time.
You gotta hear this. Apparently, you can only have 6 people at your house for Thanksgiving, but 30 can attend a funeral. So I expect many of you will be attending a funeral for your pet turkey on Thanksgiving.
My Thanksgiving is immediate family member, so
I've seen a ton of good ideas for trick or treating and trunk or treating. And some people I'm sure everybody's seen like the PVC tube. You install it on like your front porch.
Yeah, it's like 8 feet long, and you shoot the candy into the kid's basket.
So the first.
Okay. I was just gonna hand it to them.
The first douchebag is on there like, well, they still have to touch the candy. No shit, Clyde. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Put on a pair of fucking gloves. Put on a mask. Grab the little tiny Snickers out of the bar or out of the bag. Put it down in the little chute. Say trick or treat to the fucking kids. Tell them their costumes look great and go the fuck about your business. Quit trying to ruin things for the people. Clydes.
Thank you, Matt.
If he gave $3 million to every American, it would look. Whatever, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Listen, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
If he spent $900 million on his own campaign, he could write me a check for whatever the equivalent amount was, and everybody would be better off. How's that?
I didn't want to correct Hugh because he's already failed statistics multiple times. I don't want to make him feel worse.
Wow. Meg dug deep into the old comment for that one.
If you're going to burn people, burn accordingly. I failed pre-calc, and it was 3 times.
That's even worse. It's so bad.
That's fact.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's good.
I don't know, man. If you like doing, I used to like.
Hold on, Hugh. Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
what the fuck? Why does she look weird? Is it just to look different on the balcony?
No, Callie, you missed it because we haven't. Thank you for coming back, but we haven't seen you in a while. He shaved Hugh's eyebrows finally.
Well, I don't think shaved is appropriate.
Butchered your face.
I scraped off my left one.
Sorry, I was high on pizza rolls.
Mm-hmm. So actually, Hugh, real quick, like, is it coming back in or?
It's coming back in, man.
Is it taking longer than you were hoping for?
I mean, look, if we'd pulled him out, I'd still would be fucking pale right now. But
is it like a little pedo stash on your eyes?
Ew.
Like the 14-year-old that like grows in his little like mustache baby hairs?
No.
Like the creeper crackhead
I don't
mustache?
know.
Megan Wiener. Jesus.
Please, Megan
no, it's
Wiener.
if I'm being honest, it's furry. But clearly it's not overtly recognizable because Callie and Leslie are just now being like, oh, he does look like a fucking whack job.
I just love this. He does look very weird. Just very like condescending, but very short.
Glad I go out of my way to support other people for the love and attention you all provide me. I couldn't even get through that without laughing. So,
John.
anyways, back to Halloween and these people ruining all of the fun things. Fucking cunts. I don't look. I mean, like Meg, you nanny, Billy, you have 2 kids. I used to like kind of decorating the house a little bit and like giving out things for Halloween. And I kind of feel like this year we've obviously learned that there's a lot of shit you can do to accomplish.
You like doing that?
Yeah.
You like being social?
No, I like giving away candy to kids who go home and eat it and keep their parents up all night.
Okay.
There's always something.
It's always
I was like, what is the evil twist to this?
so I like doing that. It stuff was always fun, that kind of stuff. And I feel like this year we've definitely been like, hey, we can't do this anymore because of the coronavirus. And people are like, nah, we don't buy that. We're going to figure it out. So people figured out how to do these things. And then there's the fucking government like, nah, bro, we don't want you to do that. We think that's a real bad idea. Motherfucker, we put in all this effort to accommodate your dumbass rules. 50 different states, 50 different rules, 50 different restrictions. And then you're like, no, listen, man, like, you're right. You followed it to the letter of the law, but, like, fuck off.
It's just fuck off, son of a bitch.
You're like, oh, yeah, you can't have more than 6 people at Thanksgiving. No more than 6 people at Thanksgiving? You can fuck right. Have you been to the Midwest? That ain't happening.
Yeah, seriously. Nah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You think the entirety of the Italian-Irish population in New England is going to be like, oh, yeah, no, let's listen to the government. That's never, ever, ever gone bad for us beforehand.
I have more than 6 siblings. Like,
I am fun for trick-or-treaters. See?
I don't know why. I don't know why. I could see Hugh opening the door with a handful of candy going, go away, hobos! And just launching the fucking candy at him.
I could see him hiding in, like, a corner of the, like, a porch area and then, like, scaring the shit out of them so they piss themselves and be like, ha
and then when they run away, I'll just give the bag to their parents like, I'm sorry your kids are playing in traffic.
So what are you guys going to be for Halloween? Have you decided a Halloween costume? Because I still plan on going trick-or-treating.
Well, I don't live in the ghetto, but I live ghetto adjacent, and it's all college kids. So I'm probably going to be locked up in my house.
You should still sit outside and be like, college kids coming by. Here's a little
I might honestly
bottle of alcohol.
I might put something out for the fucking college kids and just kind of sit out there and smoke a cigar and drink. Be like, yep. As weird as this sounds, guys, y'all want some candy?
No, give them little airplane bottles of liquor.
Well, they're not all 21, Meg. I think that's still a crime.
Well, if it drops on your lawn, it's not like you gave it to them. They just found it.
Good to know at your new job you're willing to commit felony. Yeah, a lot of you have friends and family and kids and whatnot that you like give a damn about seeing. I think, well, going as Joe Biden. I just want to slap a felony on me. I think even Gavin is flying home to Washington for our sister's fuck trophy that's supposed to be born around that time.
Jesus Christ.
So,
do you know if it's a boy or girl?
I know I don't care.
Okay, well, is it a boy or girl?
I don't know. I didn't find out.
Does it have to be in there?
Mm-hmm. I know it's breathing or whatever the physical equivalent of parasites breathing is. I toss candy Kobe style. It's saying COVID.
COVID.
I might, yeah. So I just hope that, because I know one friend of mine in this area, she basically was like, fuck the government. I'm doing everything I can to fucking celebrate all these holidays. And I hope everybody does. I hope you all go out there and tell the government they can fuck right off. I hope that you tell your fucking elected officials you can eat a big bag of dicks. If you want to fucking have a party, have a fucking party. If you want to give out candy for Halloween, you want to go trick-or-treating, you want to pull a little red wagon with a bar cart in the back down the fucking street while your kids go get sugar from random strangers, fucking do it, man. Go fucking do you. What did Gavin say?
Let me see what he said.
It was only after Hugh shot the third zombie he wondered, why do they all have candy?
They're not pinatas, Hugh. They're zombies.
Billy, what are you going to be for Halloween?
Nothing. My kids aren't doing fucking Halloween.
Oh, what are they doing
They're not
instead?
doing Halloween?
Nope. I told them, I said, fuck the coronavirus. We're going to fucking stay inside and we're going to fucking yell from the window at all the people that come up to the house and fucking scream obscenities. I'm going to get my kids ready to be adults.
Are you at least going to watch Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, I mean, we watch movies and stuff like that, but there's really nothing going on just because of North Carolina my county was such a hot spot, they've kind of locked everything down. So we're gonna do little get-togethers with the kids and stuff like that. Have like little parties and stuff for them, stuff like that. But not any traditional trick or treating. And I don't fucking get dressed up for Halloween. I go as an angry father, an angry divorcee, a whoopee cushion. That's cool.
Or you should get like one of those inflatable outfits.
What, you mean one of his T-shirts?
Cute.
Was that over the line?
Thank you, Matthew. This is coming from Matt as I'm up there up at his house with the kids, right? And I'll tell my kids, I'll be like, "Hey guys, you need to go, do this, whatever." And Matt will just look at him and go, "Don't listen to your father. Go do whatever you want." Like, they just fucking run off. And I'm just like, shit.
It'll be like, I have 20 acres and there's no equipment. Go play in the fucking field. I don't care. Is anybody else?
Yeah, Leslie, I saw that, by the way. I'm glad you brought that up, Leslie. What is that, like a tradition, or you just said, fuck it this year? It's 2020. I'm going to do it now.
Well, it's not like there's a timeline we're supposed to follow this calendar year. You know what would be the worst fucking thing that could possibly happen is the last – wait, how many days are in December? 31?
Yes.
I'm the best uncle.
Yeah, you'd be sitting there. It'd be like 11:59 and 38 seconds, and you're waiting for January to come around, and then you see your clocks roll over to 13/01/2020. He's like, "What up now?" I don't remember that app.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much.
It's not going to get any better in North Carolina. My Facebook feed is littered with people from Florida visiting up there to see leaves dying like a bunch of basic bitches.
Steven, how's my stepson?
Yeah. Leslie says, no rules this year. Yeah, no fucking rules. You do whatever the fuck you want to. I might go get a tree this year. I have Christmas decorations to put up, but since there's a possibility I'm moving in January, I don't really know how much effort I want to put into the neighborhood this year.
I haven't put up any Christmas decorations in since I moved back home, actually.
What is it? The Christmas is
black.
All right, so I'm not misreading that. Her Christmas tree is black.
Oh, it's okay,
Marine! Yay! He's still the same. I saw him this weekend. He's not doing anything.
How is he?
Short and angry?
Actually, he sat down at the
staring off into a distance?
No, he sat down at the dinner table with us, which is it's a step up from normally he's just kind of like, what do I have to do to get out of here?
I feel like when Chris stares off into that field, he's having like a little like fate fucking flashback of just someone running and just seeing like from like here up in the field, and all of a sudden you hear you're like, Chris, you're like, oh, sorry. Yeah, hey, yeah, sure, I'll take a drink.
Oh man, I thought he was losing a little bit of weight. I was like,
so short, so angry.
He is short and angry. I mean, like, I'm not saying I'm tall by any means, but even Chris is my height. I was like, I was like, hey man, you losing some weight? He's like, no, and I'm like, you literally could have lied. I would have had no idea.
I feel like you are going to be him when you get older.
Oh, I might.
That's basically what you're going to be, is him.
Killing all of you so gently. I said, Chris, I think you lost some weight, man. You look good. Matt comes out of nowhere. He wears a tight shirt underneath to make it work. Out of fucking nowhere.
Oh my god.
RKO out of nowhere. Speaking of RKO out of nowhere, that's Matt's fucking quarterback this weekend. Daniel Jones making an 85-yard or something touchdown.
Oh my god, that's mine. That's mine. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so bad. You know what's fucking crazy about that though?
Nowhere.
You know he's considered the fastest QB in the NFL.
And he ran. It was like the farthest quarterback run attempt in like 25 years without a touchdown, I think.
Yep. It was. I mean, he took off on a full sprint like almost 80 yards. I mean,
he
probably got excited. Was like, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
It's like watching Forrest Gump.
I know we're moving into sports a little bit, and I apologize, but did either of you catch the Seahawks highlights from last night?
No, I didn't watch.
I was playing Minecraft.
Oh my god, nerd! It was terrible. We lost in overtime. Arizona got the field goal, but Russell Wilson, very angry at him, threw this interception at like the 5-yard line or whatever. So Arizona's guys running it back, and then out of fucking nowhere, DK Metcalf just comes hauling ass like an 85-yard stop. And the guy who made the interception, a little smaller. I mean, he's probably whooped my ass, but he's
definitely
smaller. And then there's like DK Metcalf, who's got to be like 85 pounds heavier, just like 22.6 miles an hour or something like that, all the way fucking down and stopped him. He saved me from getting an interception and a touchdown, but either way. All right, and I'm done with sports now. I just wanted to
plug that.
I just wanted to plug that. Go Seahawks.
So what was it that happened? I saw this on social media with the Air Forces. Was it Command Sergeant Major?
It's there. So,
what's her name?
It's Bass.
Bass.
It's not Bass.
Yeah, it's Bass.
So she was announced, I believe. It's their Chief Sergeant Major of the Air Force, I believe. Chief Sergeant Major? That's not right. Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, I think.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
So she was announced, and this staff sergeant, it's Chief Master Sergeant Bass. So this staff sergeant wrote on one of the announcement pages, like, is it BASS or BASS?
Okay.
So
like Bass or Base.
Like Bass or Base. So he did it on like a couple different sites, if I remember correctly. And
yes, he did.
He got in touch with him and his chain of command, and then had a discussion online about like, why do you think it's appropriate to troll? Like, why are you doing that? Like, what do you gain out of this? So there's like this whole thing. So she posted this fucking write-up. It said, teammates, I just had a good conversation with Staff Sergeant Banks. His question was simple and honest, but having him and a group of people ask it repeatedly across multiple platforms, I literally just lost my place while I was fucking reading this, across multiple posts was trolling. I wanted to understand where he was coming from and get his thoughts on how our values should translate in the social media landscape. I hope he feels the same. We're working to build the culture of our Air Force needs. To do that, the foundation has to be based on respect, and I'm glad Staff Sergeant Banks is working with us. So she got in touch with his chain of command basically to sit down with him and be like, fuck. First of all, she had to be like, I fucking found you, you son of a bitch. But then, like, she was super cool about it. Like, we've talked a bunch of times about shit and toxic leadership, and I never see the top enlisted Master Chief or Sergeant Major being as polite as she was. They probably would have just been like, oh, cool, look who just decided to get the fuck out of my service like tomorrow. I do think it was funny he hunted down his command, though, and not just him. That was pretty funny. But
I'm wondering if he got in trouble at all.
Probably.
I mean, I see he got shit out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
It was still cool for her to address it openly and publicly. Like, hey, guess what? Like, sometimes this shit happens. You idiots shouldn't do it because trolling online there's no reason for it. It's fucking ridiculous. It's a waste of all of our fucking time. Yeah. And also, why aren't you focusing more time at work? So it was cool that she took that route. And I mean, at least to my understanding, Staff Sergeant Banks is still in the Air Force, which is nice.
It would have been funny if she went E6 or E5.
Yeah. I think that it shows not only a ton of character on her part, but I hope that all these other branch leadership personnel are watching me like, fuck, you just fucking ruined the bell curve. Now we have to start actually treating them like people. You know? Which God fucking forbid.
No, I mean, that is pretty cool on her part. I mean, at least, you know, they sat down. I mean, we really don't know what went on behind the scenes. She could just be trying to save face and pull the I was really nice to him card.
Well, we'll know when he gets out of the military.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll know exactly what happened.
Yeah, if he's already doing that, he'll definitely be vocal about it.
Oh yeah.
Unless he signed an NDA.
Like none of us have ever violated an NDA. Also, I don't know how long it takes to make staff sergeant in the Air Force. So, Jeannie, if you're watching, if you could let me know how long it takes to make staff sergeant, that'd be great.
I'll text her when we play Minecraft later.
Oh my! Do you guys build worlds together?
Actually, I can't even join in yet. There's something wrong with my PlayStation, but I'm trying to.
Stop. Nope.
That's what I do on my Sunday night.
No. Nope. Stop it. Nope.
No, avoiding people that message me on Tinder and going on dates. I play Minecraft.
Oh my God. It's
That's why
happening.
you're gonna die. That's why you're gonna
It's
die
fucking
alone.
happening. It's fucking happening.
So, before we end the show tonight, I want to let everybody know that we are in talks with the Student Veterans of America about attending their national convention in January this year. We are all very excited about it. It's going to be a digital and physical platform kind of thing, so we're still working on a lot of details. But we have a couple of calls coming up, and we're very excited about it. This is just a little teaser to let you know that we'll be doing this. But I think what I'm most excited about is the opportunity to share some of these live lectures and seminars, because I think that there's and this is just my impression, I don't actually know, but I feel like when organizations host these kinds of things, that there's a lot of really good information that doesn't get spread out. Like once the lecture is over, it's done. Like maybe some people recorded it, maybe they put it on a platform that goes away, but I'm really excited because obviously we archive all of our shows. I'm really looking forward to seeing a bunch of the speakers and the guests and what they're going to talk about. So just heads up for everybody. In January, hopefully we'll be doing a live event for the Student Veterans of America's National Convention in January.
And where's that located?
There's still, all the details are still being worked out. They have confirmed that it is happening though, and they have said that people will be there, and there will also be a virtual component, which I think is really awesome too, because if you can't go, that doesn't mean you can't participate. You know what I mean? So I think that it's really going to open up the opportunity for a lot of guest speakers and a lot of chapters whose universities maybe won't allow them to attend as representatives of their school due to the pandemic. So it'll be really cool. I'm looking forward to it. So I just want to give you guys a little teaser there. When we get more information, we'll definitely let you know. And that's all I got.
All right. Also, just remember to go to all our social media outlets. It's streaming at the bottom of this feed right now. Please go there, like, share, and follow. It would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, we are trying to get our outreach as far as possible. So that definitely helps. And when instead of us just doing it to the pages that we're associated with, when we get our viewers and the people that are part of our viewership to do it, it helps it even that much more. So it's just the way Facebook reads everything. So please take just a minute after this to do that for us. It would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
I try really hard.
Meg, would you like to say goodbye?
I said, please like the things. I try really hard to be funny on Instagram.
That's true. Meg does put in a lot of effort to find really hilarious shit.
Yeah,
and
she
put
does.
good captions on it. So if you don't think it's funny, email us and tell us that you hate it.
Yeah,
you can tell me. It's okay. Don't tell them because they'll make fun of me.
Post on it that shit sucked. I'm okay with that. Even bad publicity is still publicity as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So we are gonna be back this Thursday.
Yep.
At the same time, 7:30. So
really?
yes, we'll actually be here this Thursday. Thank you everyone for joining in with us tonight, and we'll see you guys Thursday night at 7:30. Take care.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
I fucking love beer.